In English language, we use sometimes short forms. For example, if you say she is, but we also say she is when we write down. That's called contractions. We use short form. What's the matter, you say? Contraction. It is, it's, you'll say. He is, his, you'll say. So, in English language, there's something called contractions. When you're writing your text, to write, sometimes you'll say, it's a book, what's the matter, like that. So, we are going to do a little bit for practice, contractions. I'll give you some words and we will do together how to do the contractions of these words. Now, first one is does not. Does not. So, to easy way of writing, short form of this, you will say doesn't. You will keep the first word does as it is, and here doesn't, you take away the O, you will put N, does, N, and then you write T minusing O. So, you read as does not, and this contraction you read it as doesn't. Doesn't work like that. She doesn't do any work. He doesn't come to class. You can also say he does not come to class. He does not do any work. But in contraction, you also can say he doesn't like to eat. He doesn't like to work. Doesn't. So, you write the doesn't like this, minusing the O. Take away the O, does, N, and you put a small comma on the top and the T. And you read this as doesn't. Does not, doesn't. And I'll give you more for practice. That is. That is. How will you say this? That is. That's. So, I'm saying that is a bus. That's a bus. That's a girl. That's. So, how will you write that? That. Okay. You'll write that. And then you put a comma. That's the way to write. You see, only in writing you got to be careful. All these contractions are useful in your writing. Now, next one. Now, tell me this one. It is. It is an elephant. It is correct. So, you will say it's. You will write it and you write it's. It's a girl. It's right. It's. Okay. So, you will say does not, doesn't. That is, that's. It is, it's. Next one. Another one is not. Is not. Is not. How will you say that? Isn't. You will write is, and. You take away O. Isn't. That isn't. Alright. Another word. We and have. We have. How will you write that? Or how will you say it? We have. We, and you will write VE. We have. You write we have. Next one. They have. They and have. Same. You will write they have. See the difference. You do not write HNA, you will write VE. They have. So, here does not, doesn't. That is, that's. It is, it's. Is not, isn't. We have. They have. They have. You see that? Then, number 7. Now look at this one. Did not. Did not. Now how will you do the contraction for this? You will say didn't. Okay? Did. You will write did. Didn't. I did not come to school yesterday. I didn't come to school. You can either way you can say. Okay? Next one. Another word. You have. You have. So how will you do the contraction for it? You have. You and apostrophe and you write VE. You and you have. You see that? You have. Now, another one. Another one. She is. She is. She is. Okay? You'll write she is. She is. Now, what is? 10th one. What? What's? You will say what's. What is? What? Apostrophe, contraction. What's? What's the matter? Instead of saying what is the matter, you normally say what's the matter? And here look at this. Were not. You will say weren't. Were not. Here there's a slight change. Were not. You were not in the class yesterday. You can also say you weren't present. You weren't. So were and weren't. Weren't. Then finally we have I have. I have. You will say I have. I have. You will say I have. Okay. Now look at all these words we have done. Does not. Okay. Does not. You will say doesn't. She does not have her book. She doesn't have her book. That is a chair. That's a chair. You'll say that's. It is a lizard. You can also say it's a lizard. It's. Is not. Is not. Pooja is not here. Pooja isn't. Isn't. We have 10 sweets. We'll say we have. We have. We have. We've 10 sweets. They have all their books with them. They've. This is very interesting. We have, we've. They have, they've. And here, did not. She did not bring her book. You can say, she didn't bring her book. You have been present all the days. You've been present. You've. She is a naughty girl. She's a naughty girl. What is this? What is the matter? We'll say, what's the matter? What's? Were not. She was not here yesterday. She weren't. Were not, weren't. Were not here. We'll say, she weren't. I have my books in my bag. I have books. I have my things in my bag. So this is called contraction. Long word to word, shortening it, just putting an apostrophe, but you should know where, how to do it. When it is have, you just have to drop HA and you will just write VNE. That you have to be very, very careful. And when you say where not, you only take away the O. When you say what's, you are taking away S. She is, you will say she's. You are taking away the S for contraction. And here you have, you take away HA and just write apostrophe and V. Didn't, you will write, so you take away O and make the contraction. Here, does not, you take away the O and make the contraction. Doesn't. That is, you take away the I and you say that's. It is, again you take away the I and say it's. It's not. Here you take away the O and you write isn't. And here we have, you take away HA and we write the we. And here they have, they. So you must be careful making contraction. You must be careful how you do it. This is an interesting exercise for you. We have learned the contractions. You're going to think and write like we've done. We have, we've, isn't, it's. We are going to think of words and write the contractions there. Okay. So what we are going to do now is put contractions in each of these boxes. Put the in these boxes. Okay. So now each one it should be different. Now here we have learned we have. Yeah, we have a games class right now. Okay. So we have. Now we have to write this in contraction. So how will you write we've? So we'll write we and we have. You see that? So that's what we are going to do now. Next one, give me some more. They have. Very good. You say they have. They have come. Or you say they haven't. They've. How will you write? They. You will write they apostrophe and you write we. We delete. We remove H and A. Then we can say you have. What will you say? You have. You and have. Then we can say I have. Now you write the contraction for this you. So you write you and then apostrophe you have. I and we, I have. Now look at all that. Look at all the things we have done. Putting contractions in this box, you're supposed to do we, we've, they've, you have, I. Now, we have been here so long. We've been here so long. They have arrived. They have, they've. Then you say, you have come late. You've come late. I have many pencils with me. I've. Now you see that? Learning to write the contraction we have, we've. They have, they've. You have, you've. I have, I've. Okay. Now we'll do some more and here you have it. Now we'll write the word does not. The first one we do is does not. How will you write that? I'll write down some words and you do the contraction, okay? Does not, then you can say is not, then did not, did not, were not, you can also say have not, have not. Now let's do the contraction for this. Okay, now does not, then you will say doesn't. So you will write does, you will write does and N T, doesn't. She does not come to school every day. She doesn't. And here you have is not, is, isn't, is, isn't. Then you have did not. I did not take that pencil. So you will write did, didn't. Then you have were not. You were not here last morning. Weren't, weren't. Have not. I have not brought my things today. So you will say haven't, have, now look at this again. Does not, doesn't. It doesn't matter. You didn't bring the book. It's not. Tom is not here today. Tom isn't here, isn't. Did not. I did not bring my lunch. I didn't bring my lunch today. Were not. You were not here last morning. You weren't here last morning. Have not. I have not been sleeping last night. I haven't slept last night. So, learning the contraction, short form, how to do it. Now, we go to the next one again here. I'll put up some words for you and then you do it, okay? Now, that is, okay? Then you can say it is, it is. Then we can say she is, he is, and you can say what is, what is. Now, find the contractions for all this. Let's see how good you are, okay? That is, it is, she is, he is, what is. So, here you will say that is my brother. You will say, contraction will say that's my brother. That, you will say that, and then what you will do? You will put a comma. That's my brother. That's my pencil. That's my box. Okay. Then you have it is my friend. It's my friend. You will say it is my friend. It is my book. It is my water. So you will say it's. You will write it as it's. She is a very honest girl. She is. She is. She is a good girl. She is. She comes regularly to class. She is. He is a good painter. He is. So you will say he is. What is the matter? What's the matter? What is in the box? What's in the box? What? What? What's? What is? So, look at this again. That is a snake. That's a snake. It is a box. It's a box. She is. He is a good painter. His. What is the problem? Tell me, what is the problem? What's the problem? What's? So, we learned a whole lot of words we have, and we learned to do the contractions for each of those words, and now by now you should be able to put this into sentences. So, that's what we are going to do next. Now, I am going to give you few phrases, and then I am going to give you the contractions. You will match the phrases with the contractions correctly. Okay, that's what we are going to do. So, you are going to pick it yourself. Alright. So, we are going to match the phrases to its contraction. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Match the phrases with its contractions. So, here you have the phrases. They will. They will. Then you have he would. He would. These are the phrases for you. And the next you have let us. Let us. Then was not. Was not. Then we have are not. And then we have it has. Now, here you have, I will write the contractions for you to do the matching. Let's wasn't, wasn't, they'll, they'll. Then you have he would. Then you have it's, and finally we have aren't. Now we are going to do matching of these two together. Okay, we have the phrases and we have to match with the contraction. Now, they'll, how will you write it as? They'll, that will be they, it is they will, so you will write it as they, and then ill, they'll, they will, right? The next we have he would, so you will write he, and then you write only the D. This is the different what we have done from so far. We have not done they would, they, and you only write D. He would, they would, she would, you will only write D. And the next we have is let us, let's, that will be let us is let's, that's let, apostrophe, and you just write S, let's. Then we have number 4, you have was not, wasn't, was not, wasn't, was, wasn't. And the next we have are not, aren't, are not, aren't, aren't. And finally you have the last one, it has, it's, it has been raining, it, and you write it's, you'll say it's been raining. Now look at these, there's little change here that you have to be careful here. He would, whether it's he would, she would, they would, you will write the apostrophe and just write D. The first one is they will, they'll, she will, she'll, it will, it'll, okay, I will, I'll, we will, will. So for all these you just put apostrophe double L. Then he would, she would, they would, apostrophe and just D. And here let us, let's, was not, wasn't, are not, aren't, it has, it's been raining, it has been raining, it has been lost, it's been lost, it's. So that's how we do the contractions for the words, okay. Now you know how to join the phrases with the contractions. Only this he would, you must be remember, you must be careful. They will, ill, and he would, these two are two important contractions that you have to bear in mind. In this exercise, I give you some phrases and you remember and you write down the contractions for those phrases, okay. Write down, write the contractions. That's what we are going to do, okay. You're going to write down the contraction. Now look at the phrases I am writing. I will, I will, who will, I will, who will, we will, then they will, then you have you are, they are, we are, then you have I would, I would, then I have here you would, you would, and then you have they would, then I have here he would, and finally we have here who would. Now for all these phrases we are going to write the contractions. Now you look at it very carefully, okay. Now you have written, I have here with me I will. What do I have? I will, I How will you write? What's that you have to remember? I'll. I will. You will say I'll. That's what you have to remember. I'll come tomorrow. Don't worry. I'll come tomorrow. Who will? So again here, who'll, who'll come tomorrow. Then you have we will. We will. We will is we, comma, will. Will come tomorrow. And now they have they will. They. How do you write that? They, ill, they'll. Now look at this. Look at all these four very carefully. I will, I'll be there. Who will? You will come tomorrow. You will be there. They will, they'll. For all this, you just write apostrophe and double L. This contraction you have to remember very, very carefully. I will, I'll. Who will. We will, we'll. They will, they'll. Okay? And the next one we have here is you are, they are, we are. You have you are, they are, and we are. So how will you write this? You will write you apostrophe and you are going to be here. Then you have they are. So how will you do that? They and R-E, they are. They are here on time. Okay? We are. We and R apostrophe R-E. Now, look at this very carefully. We have taken away A from this apostrophe R-E. Now look at this. You are. They are. We are. Now you have here. So you know how to make the phrases into contractions. Now next we have here I would, you would, they would, he would, who would. Now how will you make contractions for these phrases? Now the first one is I would. This is very, very here I would. So you will write I apostrophe and all you need is D. So you are taking away this full thing and that you must remember this. I would when you are writing. Then you would. You would and that they would. You apostrophe D. You would be there on time, won't you? They would. Now look at this. They would. Okay. Now next one you have he would. He and then apostrophe. Remember you have to take away this and just write he would. And finally we have who would. Who would apostrophe and D. Now look at the last thing carefully. I would, then you write apostrophe and D. I would. You would. They would. He would. Who would. So shortening, doing the contraction for these phrases, would, you will only write the apostrophe and write D. In this case, you drop A and you write RE. And in the who will, I will, you will. For the will, you will drop WI and just write double L, apostrophe and double L. So let's read this once again. I will, I'll. Who will. We will, we'll. They will, they'll. You are, you are. They are, they are. We are, we are. I would, I would. You would, you'd. They would, they'd. He would, he would. Who would, who'd. So, from the phrases, learning to make contractions is very interesting, and you have to have more practice, and you have to be careful when writing the contractions for each of these phrases.